Okay, so this is going to be a video on learning Smali, a continuation from the first video. So this one is going to be a little more in-depth and show you how I learn it. So this is going to be learning how to learn Smali. So first thing is we're going to use this app here. It's called SpacePang. It's on F-Droid. Go ahead and download the APK. I already have it downloaded, so I'm not going to do it again. But you see I have it downloaded, and you'll see what the game looks like. You see here, it's got the start screen, options, but you look at here, you can see this image. You're this UFO. I don't feel like rotating this image, but you can see you're this UFO, and then you shoot these aliens, and bigger aliens come down, bosses, and they throw things at you. You got to avoid them. So you can see it's a pretty simple two-dimensional game. Alright, so now that I have it downloaded, let's see. Alright, you can see it right here. I'm going to open it up in jadx-gui. I'm going to open the file, and there we go. Open that up. Let's open it up with apktool. Okay, so that's your apktool. D for decode, and then the SpacePang APK. Let that decompile. And then where did it put it? Right there. CD into this, and you can see it has all the decompiled code. Alright, now let's just open this up in Visual Studio. Okay, let me close some of this. Alright, so first thing, let's go into Smali. Let's focus on not this. We'll focus on. Let me clean this up a little bit. All right, so let's see. What's the first thing we can start looking at? How about components? All right, here we go. Alien. Let's compare these two components. Alien. Let's change this to Java just to make it look a little nicer. Is there? I wonder if there is a extension. I'm sure there is. There's this language support for Smali. There's Android reverse engineering. Language Smali. Let's try that one. crazywolf.smali. Oh, there we go. Okay, very nice. Okay, so alright, let's start looking through this. You can see here it's a class, it extends component. So let's start at the top here, class, and you have the name of the class. L, anytime you see L, you're going to see a full path, and you see that. Alright, it's got the full path. And then super, so this tells you it's a child class. It has a parent class, and the parent class is component. You can see that right here. It extends component. Source alien.java. This is a Java file, so alien.java. Okay, next one, annotations. Now this pound sign is it's a comment like Python. So this is commented code right here, line 6. Alright, and it's telling you annotations. So what does this say? Annotation build. Alright, and then it's got the L. It's got a full path name. Artemis annotations pooled weaver. So you can see that right here, com Artemis annotations pooled weaver. So this annotation tells you that there's an import. It's importing something, or it's importing this pooled weaver. All right, then end annotation. All right. Now static fields. All right, static fields. You can see two static fields right here: static final string, static final, and then you see the type is string. Okay, and it has the name of sprite name, static final. Why is my scroll not working? Okay. Ah, there we go. I have to hold shift. Okay, hold shift to scroll horizontally. All right. Next one, sprite name boss. You can see that here, sprite name boss, and that's a string, static final string. You can see that here, static final, and then string, and then it's got the value it's initialized with. All right, then direct methods. So direct methods. This is a constructor. All right. Let's see. Returns void. V for void. Locals 0. So 0 local registers. Prologue. I don't know what that is. Line 24. Let's ignore that. Invoke-direct. P0 is this. The keyword in Java, this. And then L, let's see, this is a class name, com Artemis component. So it's invoking the constructor of the component, or of component, which is the parent class. And then return void. Okay, so you can kind of see here how that, you can, it's nice to have these both open and you can understand what these all mean. So let's go to, okay. All right, so now let's look at this next class. This is the player class. And you can see here, class, public, and you see the path name, player. You can see that here, public class, player, super, path name, and then the class, its parent class, extends component. All right, annotations, build, path name, and the class, you can see it right here, import com Artemis annotations pooled weaver. So that's an import. Annotation system, Dalvik annotation member classes. Member classes, value equals, and it's got this path name, and then that $sign again. Remember, the $sign means enum or inner class. And you can see right here, here is that enum state, and it's inside of the player class. All right, now it's got some static fields. All right, default lives, it's an integer, and you can see that here, it's integer, initialized with 5, initialized with 5. All right. Oh no, default lives, here we go. Yeah, I was gonna say static final int, static final int. All right, and then sprite name player, sprite name shield, player shield. All right, instance fields. All right, these are not static and final. All right, so lives is an integer. Where's lives? You can see right here, integer. Score is an integer. Score is an integer. And then state, it's of type. You see this player.state. That enum or state. State is right there. State, it's of type state, and it's initialized with state.alive. Can we see that anywhere? Does it show? Does it show the? Maybe it's probably in the constructor where it shows the initialization. Let's find out. Here we go. The constructor, direct method constructor. Okay. Direct methods, we're in the public constructor, init. All right, one local register. All right, invoke-direct, this dot init. So component, we know component is the parent function or parent class, and then init is the parent's constructor. So it's invoking the parent's constructor. And this is behind the scenes with Java. Alright, so okay, sget-object, so it's getting an object and putting it into v0. So it's getting, what is it getting? It's getting state.alive, and it's putting it into this v0 register. And then it's putting the object into p0, which is this, the Java keyword this, dot state. And that's where the initialization is happening. Where's it at? State.alive. So it puts alive into v0 and then puts that v0 into this dot state. All right, let's keep going. Const for v0 is the register, and it's putting 5 into this const for. Let's look that up. Okay, it puts the 4-bit constant into vx. All right, that's pretty straightforward. All right, I put, now it's putting what's in v0. So v0 is holding 5 right now, the integer 5, and then it's putting what's in v0, which is 5, into p0, which is this dot lives. So let's look at that. This dot lives is getting initialized with 5. You see here it's not initialized in the instance fields. It gets initialized in the constructor right here. And then return void. That's the return type you can see here. So that gets returned from the constructor. Now, here are virtual methods. Virtual methods are like created methods. They're developer created. They're not the constructor. And you can see there's two here. Set state and is state. Is state returns a boolean. Set state returns void. Okay, so is state. Let's look at the first one. All right, one local register. Okay, P1. You can see here it has a parameter. It's of type player.state, the enum, and it returns z. Z is for boolean. Okay, so P1 is state, and it shows you its type right here in the comments. Okay, I get, so it's getting something and putting it into v0. So what is it getting? This p0, this dot state. So whatever this dot state is, and it's putting it into v0. And then invoke virtual. Let's look this up. Invoke virtual, and it's got parameters, and then method to call. So we have invoke virtual, we have two parameters, and then we have a method to call. And the method to call is player.state.equals. Yeah, dot equals, and it returns z, a boolean. So it's going to do a comparison against these two. Right now, v0 holds this dot state, and p1 is the parameter passed into the function. And it does a comparison, an equals comparison. And it move result. Let's find out, where does it store the result? Let's see that. Move the result value of the previous method invocation into vx. So whatever the previous method invocation, it was equals, whatever the result of that gets put into v0, and then you return v0. That's a boolean. Okay. All right. Then last one, set state. Set state. What gets passed in? It's a player.state, and the return type's void. It has 0 local registers. Parameter p1 is state, and you can see its type in the comment right here. And then prologue, line 43. Okay, iput-object. So it's putting the parameter, it's putting P1, which is the parameter passed in, it's putting that into P0 dot state. P0 is this. So this dot state, and returns void. So this is the slow but sure way to learn Smali. It's not it's really just memorization. Eventually you're going to see the same thing over and over again. I get object, I put object, const, return. You're just going to see the same thing over and over again until you can memorize it and you can just read the Smali code without having to look it up all the time. Eventually, you'll run into things that are less common and you'll have to look it up, but it will become more intuitive. So a very simple, straightforward way to learn Smali. I just got to put in the time.